Hey, we are on. We are on. Let me let them know we're live. Mhm. We are live there. I just got two more steps before we talk about what we finna get into on this live stream. I could put the background highlights up for the folks that are just now tuning in. Let me just make sure that this joint is good to go. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, what up, Terrence? What's going on, man? Terrence in the building. And let me just do one more step and I'll be good to go. Hawaiian Charisma. Good morning. Well, good afternoon now. Billy T, what it is? Phantom, what's going on? James Williams in the building. We in the building. We in the building. Let me refresh this and we should be good to go and start talking about what we finna get into because a lot of people I get it. It's like a balance of how you got to create this build. What up, B Pro? How you got to create your first build. So I understand there may be some confusion.
What if you could?
I'd say if your intention is to make two builds, then it's probably a good idea to start out at center. But if you're patient with understanding the process for 2K, what up, Zedan Dada? Juan, what's going on? Juan. Breezy was cooking. No cap in the building. Bam is in the building. Was good. Do you think the 610 point forward will ever come back? No. I don't see that happening, especially considering what happened this year, where 6'9s are still a viable option. You could play with a 6'9, but the more dominant point guards were smaller. So I think that's where we're headed for at least quite a while. Because we've been having small point guards for a long time. 2K21 had the 6'8 that could do everything. 2K went away from that. 2K22 we had smaller guards, and 2K23 we had smaller guards. So, oh, what up, Clay? What's going on, Jay? What's good, yeah? You ready for two? I'm ready for 2K24. It's due time. Every day that we get on, and if you guys don't know, I run every day with our Discord community. So if you ever come into our Discord, you'll see me in there like we were last night. And you're welcome to come on in. Just type !Discord in the live chat if you want to join. The gameplay is, it seems like it's suffering a bit right now. And that may be, people making a transition, trying out new games before the release of 2K24. People might just be kind of exhausted with the game. So what up, Darren Young? What's going on, man? I'm gonna be a big for 2K24. That's Hawaiian Charisma said that. I'm thinking of leaning towards like a 6'3. I had no idea, which I just found out, that 2K, if you guys, maybe you guys didn't know about this either, but 2K considers a 6'5 a small swing. Did y'all know that? And it's hard for me to accept that because I appreciate, hey, we are, damn, you guys really surprised me this morning. I just want to put that out there before we continue on that topic of a 6'5 being a small swing. We are right next to 80K. I mean, that was a goal I set in place to hit before the release of 2K24. I had no idea that it was going to happen like that. We might very well hit it today. If you're watching, you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing and helping us hit our first goal for 2K24. The second and much larger goal will be hitting that 100K this year, which we're going to do everything we can to make that happen. I'm excited. Like if you're new here and you haven't found out, second I get that plaque, I'm going to get a Cuban link and I'm wearing the plaque wherever I go. So you guys might see some weirdo outside. Like when you go to Target, you might see some weirdo with a big YouTube plaque on his Cuban link chain. So that's probably going to be more than likely me. It's not going to be too many Puerto Ricans with a YouTube plaque on their chain. So that's probably going to be me. You guys could just say, what up, man? What up, All City? Like the plaque, all that good stuff. Because it's going to be big. It's going to be like that. I put the Cuban link or something like that big or something like that. Old school. We're taking it back to the old school type of But yeah, I appreciate y'all so much, man. That's super dope that y'all helping us reach our goals so early, which means that it just puts us in better alignment to hit that 100K for 2K24. So super dope. I appreciate y'all for making that happen. I know it's an unpopular opinion. This is K West, but the league players are just getting taller and have the skill set to do everything. I get what you're saying, but small guards have their place. I use my 6'5" like that. Clay said he uses 6'5" like that. Well, it's kind of hard for me to consider a 6'5" to be a small swing because they look extra small on 2K23. 6'5s look extra small on 2K23. 6'6s look small. I think you start seeing more height. And thank you so much, Don Melville. I'm giving a shout out to everybody that subscribes during this live stream because we might hit this 80K during this live stream, and that'd be just overwhelmingly super dope. But it's hard for me to accept 6'5s being small swings because my last real legend run was on 2K20, and that was with my 6'5. And we played 6'5s primarily as like meta guards. So it's hard for me to accept that 6'5 is a small swing, especially with how small 2K made them look on 2K23. Ah, Red fixed it. Nice. Nice. That's what's up, man. Good. That's what's up. Membership All City. Yeah, if you guys would like to be a member. Hey, what up, Howsy? What's going on, man? Shield. Sorry if I missed any comments. If you guys would like to become a member here on the channel and get a badge by your name for whenever we do these live streams or when you comment on the videos, I will be updating the badges by your names for 2K24 as I try and do every year. So be on the lookout for that. If you want to become a member here on the channel, just type !join or !member and the link will come up. All good as long as you don't. Yeah, facts. They got to do away with the glizzy hats. I'm telling you, I already know what 2K is going to do next year. They're going to have you guys finna wear a whole glizzy hat with mozzarella balls like hanging off the side of it. And they're going to be like large droopy mozzarella balls. And you guys are going to be so excited to wear your glizzy mozzarella ball hat. I already know because how excited I saw you guys get with the glizzy hat on 2K. Right now, you log on to 2K23, you're going to see somebody super excited with a glizzy hat. So I could imagine how excited you guys finna be with the glizzy hat mozzarella balls hanging through the side. I already know the vibes. Hey, appreciate the sub, RHM. Thank you for subscribing yesterday, man. You guys are helping us get one step closer. And thank you for joining as a member, Ricky. I appreciate that, man. Salute to ya. Today, we're talking about effective builds in the early game. And this has been the case for a long time. It's been the case for quite a while. If you make a center, this is normally why I start out with a center build, or for each season, I like to bring out my center build early. So I can get a jump on the season depending on the rewards. But normally I would create a center build first. And this is for years I've been doing this. And I've always been disappointed with the end result of the center builds, whether it be a patch or whether it be, you know, the player base getting their attributes and badges up, improving interior defense almost irrelevant. That happened in 2K23. And I actually got to see the progression, or I should say the regression of my player's ability. My player regressed in his ability where he was dominant upon the release, but that was because players didn't have their attributes and badges up. As soon as the attributes and badges came up for most players, they got their finishing badges, they got their dribbling badges, you know, their playmaking badges. They were able to break defenders down in front of them and then go into, you know, the finishing animations. It proved interior defense to be inferior compared to what badges. And this is the trouble I have. The main trouble I have with this, y'all, and I'm going to put it on screen right now so you guys can see the main trouble that I have with this is that Mike Wang predicted this. I've just went over this in a video that I just published a minute ago. He says early, as far as this Step Back Sensei asks, which builds do you expect to do well early upon the release? And Mike Wang said that bigs are going to do well early because there's going to be a lot of people missing their shots. So that was going to be something big for them. And folks that didn't have their badges or attributes up to par will get contested in the paint. But he said once people get some reps in and their rating / badges up, it'll even out pretty quickly. So he knew what was finna come. He knew that finishing was going to be way more superior than interior defense. He knew that ASAP. I don't know if you guys have the same experience. If you're an interior defender and you have a very similar, hey, Big Red joined as a legend. Appreciate you, Red. Salute to you, man. Salute to Big Red. Yeah, so he basically said it, and he capped that off with slashers should have a good year too. And I found, when I read that, I was like, wow, it's exactly what we've experienced. But what I'm saying here, he knew that in the beginning of the year, when everybody got their badges, finishing was going to get an edge on the outcome in regards to conversion in the paint. So, you know, it's pretty dope. Jay, does anybody realize we have more variety with pie charts and dual archetypes than custom open builds? I have yet to see a sharpshooting facilitator on 2K23, but I rarely saw it on 2K22. Well, that's because almost every build is a sharpshooting facilitator. I have that's what I have. But except it's not limited to what a sharpshooting facilitator was in previous versions. They're expanded where builds could do everything offensively. They can facilitate and sharpshoot. That's my 92 3-ball limitless range on gold 3-level scorer build. They just changed the name pretty much, but he could finish as well. And you know, it's just different. But I feel like the builds are more capable right now. I don't know if that's necessary. Do we need builds that can do everything? You know, I created my 3-level scorer, my 6'9" build. I would like to see more variety as well. I created my 3-level scorer knowing that I was sacrificing defense. I had no idea that my low defensive attributes will be able to contain out there. That was just an additional benefit. I didn't create the build with defense in mind. My intention was that this build, I wanted to be an offensive powerhouse. I got a ton of builds, but this turned out to be my favorite one. He's an offensive powerhouse, meets all the thresholds for offense, shooting limitless and taking off. Limitless on gold as well. Limitless takeoff on gold. 92 driving and a 92 3-ball with the max for ball handle. So what I'm saying here is when I created the build, it was with the intention that I was going to be limited on defense. And I am limited when you compare me to a lock. But compared to your average player, I am not limited, which I should be limited. That's what I'm getting at. If 2K would have put stronger defensive restrictions that players with not so high perimeter defense and even lower steal attributes, it should be noticeable out there on the court. Like, it should be extremely noticeable out there on the court. I think that's why we see so many of these builds are able to make offensive powerhouse, but still be able to compete defensively. It's a broken system, and it's not a sustaining. I don't believe it's a sustaining system. Hopefully 2K can address that, and then maybe we'll start seeing varieties in builds. If they make defense irrelevant, well, not irrelevant, I don't mean to say irrelevant. If they give defense that much strength at the perimeter for builds that are not supposed to have that strength, then you're going to continue to see all around builds that could do everything. Do you have PC in your Discord? I think we do have a PC room, but it's not active like you would think some of these other like the console rooms are active. And that's gonna be the case. Hey, Ricky just joined as a legend. Go ahead. Appreciate you, man. God works in such mysterious ways. It's really a beautiful thing if you just sit back and watch. Also, 2K needs better weekend events. These are trash. Outside of weekend events, because I don't really like. I like that you guys enjoy the events, and I would love to see better events. But my problem is that I mainly play rec, and whenever there's an event going on, our gameplay suffers tremendously in the rec center. And I would like to see that. Is the chat box not on? What's going on with the chat box? I don't see it leaving. I just noticed that. I have the chat box on. Image source. Make sure background highlights, the chat box is on. Let me see if I can refresh that. Refresh cache. Let me see if I refresh that. Okay. Hopefully the chat boxes start coming. There we go. Hey, thank you. Thank you for considering joining our Discord community. Field planting on defense. Maybe that's a whole different. Like, why do you keep promoting this game every year? You say it's trash, but continue to support and play it. Like, WTF. King Twan, first off, you should learn English. Make English your first language, and maybe you could communicate with me. Second, I don't even understand how your comment makes sense. I'm talking to King Twan. I don't know who y'all egos be getting the best of y'all. I don't understand y'all. Sometimes I don't even like giving you my time. It's such idiotic statements. We play the game because it's the only basketball game out there. That's what we do. I'm going to do my best to avoid disrespecting you. Talking about promoting the game. I'm probably one of the only. First of all, I will never, ever get a 2K logo. 2K will never affiliate themselves with me. That's just facts. And that's because I do my best to speak facts, at least of what I'm experiencing. So when you're saying promoting this game like WTF, I don't even vibe with that. I don't even be on that type of time. Are you idiotic, bro? This is a business. And I try and take the idea of YouTube and, you know, have fun. Have fun and play video games while enjoying myself and making some side money. What don't you understand about that? It's not that difficult. You just got to get out of your hate state of mind to leave idiotic comments on somebody's live stream. But that's enough of that. Enough of that time. Enough of time for him. Man, people are so slow-minded. It irks me, bro. It irks me. But I'm gonna, like I said, do my best to avoid disrespecting you to that degree. It's the only basketball game we have, yeah? It's the only basketball game we had. If we had, trust me, if we had any level of competition, I would be there and I'd give it a shot. And if it's something, anything like 2K, we'd invest some more time and effort into it. But 2K is what I am. I'm a content creator for 2K, is what this channel was built on. Now you should ask yourself what else, because you're watching me so closely, you should ask yourself what other channels he has, what other platforms he creates content on. Ask yourself that. Then you won't be thinking like so dense. I'm gonna be honest with you. He looked goofy for joining. Bro, don't even give that clown any more time. Not facts. Yeah, still giving you views. Facts, Phantom. Hold on, Leo City cook him. It'd be, you know, it's never my intention to disrespect in that way, and I do my best to come out as respectful as possible. You'll never catch me disrespect somebody first, not intentionally, at least. It who's the only hoop game we got. Facts, Breezy. That's how I feel. Y'all ego get the best of y'all. City is our guy. Get out the stream. I appreciate that trust. Yeah, and we don't need, you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to, it's facts. We don't need to stress them too much, but I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all and what y'all doing. Best builds early. Do you make a big man? I'm leaning towards a 6'3". Ideally, I would love to be a 6'5", but after researching all of Mike Wang's old tweets, and we gotta, listen, first, let me say we're not gonna get a lot of information between now and the beginning of August. So it's gonna be pretty dry. You're gonna see a lot of clickbait videos from creators saying that we got this and we got that, but we're not getting any information until the beginning of August. Likely August 3rd will be when we get the Courtside report. That's likely. That's what is likely going to happen, because 2K is known to stay consistent with their rollout year after year. Last year, the first Corsair report was released on August 3rd. So during this time, because it's going to be a slow, dry time, I went back and reviewed a bunch of Mike Wang's old tweets. What I learned, yeah, and hopefully you guys could dig me when I say this here, because, you know, throughout the year, I was thinking, Mike Wang, you lied. You said that you wasn't going to touch gameplay. Mike Wang, you lied. And that's what I've been saying throughout the year. It took this research for me to understand that Mike Wang, a lot of what he had to say, and I give a super high percentage, like 90% of what he had to say prior to the release, during the initial stages of the release, held true up until today. And you won't realize this, and hopefully you guys will realize this after the series that I do by the end of this week, but that I complete each day. I'm going to be doing another video about an old tweet and how it relates to what we experienced throughout the year. And hopefully this will bring some perspective, like on how heavily we should anticipate changes for 2K24. If Mike Wang says it, it's likely going to hold true, is what I gathered from my research. So with that, we're going to review that stuff and then see, you know, Mike Wang, he's finna come out of hibernation any day now. And when he gets out of hibernation, he just drops gem after gem and he starts answering questions and replying to a bunch of tweets. It proves useful information for the rest of the community. So I'm going to be looking at his new tweets for 2K24 a lot differently after we all compare his old tweets to what we experienced in 2K23. Hopefully I didn't lose y'all with that rambling. All City got to be the most laid back community person we got that speak truth and not bias. I appreciate that. Salute to you, Jay. I know maybe some of you guys are biased because you've been rocking with me for a little while, but I do my best. There's a balance that I got to have as a creator where we got to bring in new subscribers and get new eyes on our content. So I try to balance out. And some stuff may seem clickbaity or something like that, but it's never going to be like outright clickbait videos, at least not going forward. If I say like yesterday's video was, the title was shooting. It's so crazy because I put in a thumbnail, it said shooting mad big. If you go check yesterday's video, shooting mad big, in the title, shooting. The whole video was talking about shooting. Someone still had the nerve to say that I was clickbaiting. I said, oh my God, you freaking psychos. I don't know what you think. Like, I don't get what some of these weirdos think that exactly what's going on in their head when they click the video is exactly what they're supposed to receive. And if it's anything less or different, then it's a clickbait. And I'm like, man, you guys be far gone. Imagine thinking that I work for you. It's so weird. It's so odd. But it is what it is. By far the most, he said, don't forget, City is by far the most handsome 2K content creator. Zidandara. Sorry if I missed your comments. If I missed any of your comments, please copy and paste them. Salute to y'all, man, for helping us get where we need to go. We're approaching 80K. Let's do a countdown, matter of fact. Let's do a countdown. I'm gonna, because we don't know, we might hit 80K on this stream. If we're able to hit 80K on the stream, man, that'd make me so happy. But we should hit it by tomorrow, worst case scenario. Let me just pull up. Give me 1 second, because I want to make sure that we have this. Yes, I'll say it. I want to make sure that we have this up so I can get an update of where we at. All right. This is crazy. I'm giving you guys, there's a goal. Maybe we can make this the goal for today's stream. We are 36 right now. We are 36 subscribers away from 80,000. 80,000 subscribers was a goal I had to reach before the start of 2K24. And we are more than a month away from the start of 2K24, and we're about to hit it. So salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all. It's just a beautiful thing. We are 36 away. If you got a minute, drop that sub. It'll be truly appreciated. They commented without watching the full video. That's how I feel too, Billy T. Yeah, that's how I feel too. And I understand that. You know, I pay a close, and this is not about me. I don't want to make this about me, but I do understand that, I should say. I understand that some folks just comment without watching the full video, and I take that into consideration, which is why I don't spaz out on comments. Never try and spaz out on comments. I just leave it. If it's disrespectful, I may delete it. But if it's something that still maintains a certain level of respect and they're just expressing their opinion, I just leave it on there. City, do more shorts on your channel to get the 100K in no time. Yeah, I thought about the shorts on the channel. I'm just waiting for because I got back on the TikTok game. So if you guys don't know, hey, Clay just joined as a legend. Salute them. You guys are going crazy. Yeah, it's true. Shorts will get you where you need to be. I'm just waiting for the information. So next week is when they start dropping the information. That's when the shorts go out. That we have 55,000 followers on TikTok. We have 30,000 within our Discord. We're on 26,000 within our Discord. But I'll start dropping those shorts when we get that information next week. I'll break everything up. I'm making a 6'9". You're making a 6'9". I'm thinking of a 6'3". Crazy. I've been watching for a while and just subscribed. I get it, the realist. I get it. Appreciate you, realist. It be like that. That's why I just try to send out this reminder. And I don't mind. I'm the same way. I watch a ton of channels and I'm like, damn, I haven't even subscribed to the homie. And I be really like, those be my go-to channels. So I had to learn that process. So I get it. I just remind y'all when we do have goals, like what we're trying to reach for 2K24, I just send out a reminder. Hey, if you forgot, just hit that sub button. I'll get my RHM guys to subscribe. That's 20. Damn, look at that. Salute to RHM. Bring your RHM guys into the Discord. We have a great non-toxic, positive vibe type of Discord. The same type of vibes we have in these live streams is what we experience on a daily basis in Discord. And they are running morning, noon, and night. You'll see them in the parties on our Discord, just getting runs and running 10s, tournaments, all this good stuff. The league is starting. A lot to look forward to for 2K24. You know, I promised you guys that no matter what 2K24, no matter what type of game they release, we're going to do our best within this platform and within our Discord community to make 2K24 fun for everyone. Whether that's hosting pop-up tournaments, whether you guys become a part of our league that we're establishing. Salute to All City Slim and the All City team for helping to make the league happen. That's going down within our Discord. Tryouts for the Lunatics to add you guys to an exclusive group of players that have proven to have good 2K aptitude, so you no longer have to run with randoms. Another service that we're intending to pick up on within our Discord. We're trying to give it to you all, y'all. We're trying to be that one stop for everything 2K, y'all. And I'm not talking about here on YouTube. I'm talking about what we've built in our Discord community. Type !Discord to join if you want to. But if you want to get a good start to 2K24 and say you're a casual, we're offering subscription-based services, one-on-one services with me and the All City team to help improve your game, whether that be us getting on the court with you one-on-one, whether that be you needing help with your badges or finding the right jump shot. All of that is going to be provided for you where you don't have to go through trial and error. You know how many times I put a YouTuber's jump shot on? And I'm like, damn, I'm watching it work for him, but it's not working for me. So this is why it's important for that one-on-one, more intimate environment so we can see what you're doing when you're out there. And that's what you're going to get when you consider a subscription-based service. Discord is free for everyone to join in, and we have endless resources there for you guys to find players to run with and all that extra good stuff. But if you want that one-on-one service with me and the All City team, you can consider subscribing to our Discord. It's an option for you. It's not a mandatory thing. It's just an option. And we want to make sure you guys have that option. Glass stretches. What do we think about stretches for 2K24? What do you think about stretches in 2K23? You know, we come from an era where we was just getting over the shoot over those type of stretches. Do you guys think stretches are going to be a viable option? I like what stretches are right now. They could shoot really well. If a 6'1" is guarding them in the corner with limited defensive attributes, that stretch could dead shoot over them, similar to older 2Ks. So I don't know. I would like to see something like that happen. To be honest, All City is a great community, very helpful. So salute. I appreciate that, Mefasiak. I don't even know if I pronounced that right, but I probably jacked that whole thing up. What up, my dude? What's good, man? Yeah. Shout out to RHM too for considering joining our Discord. Bring your community, connect with our community. Maybe you create some waves within our Discord community. Drop your comments. This is about a dialogue stream, yeah. This is about dialogue. We're talking about the best builds. Not necessarily the best, the most effective early game builds you could bring out. This is what Mike Wang had to say about 2K23's early builds. So if we following suit, and I don't think there's going to be tremendous changes in gameplay mechanics for 2K24. I think we're going to see some, if you know how 2K23 was completely different from what we had seen in the past. There was so many aspects of 2K23 that are completely different, from game speed to fluidity. First time they've really consolidated badges. And we're going to see more of that for 2K23. I mean, for 2K24. But I think if it's going to look like any other 2K, it's going to look closer to 2K23. I think that's the route. I think they finally found their lane to go down. You know how 2K21 was completely different. 2K22 to 2K21, they're just night and day games. 2K23 dropped. I think they're happy with that. They finally got the response from the community that they wanted. And I think they're going to continue down this road while like ironing out some kinks that are needed to be ironed out. I know this isn't a 2K topic, but City gave me some bicep workouts and they changed my... That's funny. They need to bring green animations. Every green? That they have green. Oh, I get what you're saying. The actual animation. I got what you're saying. Yeah, it's true. It is random. Yeah, I would like to see that as well. I understand why maybe they don't. Although I don't think it should be the case. Maybe it has some of the... Yeah, you know, we used to have green animations all the time. I don't know why they decided to go away with that. It's facts. You want to see that green animation. It's exciting. And we're not talking about the actual green, like what you see, the splash or something like that. We're talking about the, like the 3-point emote, you know, when you shoot your shot or whatever. Tony Carter said, hey, All City, I'm thinking of waiting on more info for 2K24 before pre-ordering. I don't blame you. As you should. With the experience that we had in 2K23 and the changes from release date, as you should. I haven't even pre-ordered myself, but I tell you one thing, I am getting the standard. First time since 2K introduced like different editions that I'm not getting the most expensive edition. It's the first time. 2K needs to regain my trust, and that's it. Point blank, period. I'm open. You know, I'm open to them, giving them an opportunity to regain my trust. But the fact remains, they need to regain my trust. So if you guys feel that way as well, I get it. If you feel you want to wait, don't let nobody pressure you. 2K got a bunch of salesmen in the community. They got a bunch of salesmen out here. Don't let nobody pressure you. You're the only one who works hard for that money. So I work hard for my money. I'm finna just get the standard edition. I'm going to sit on one build instead of doing like I did in 2K23 and buying tons of builds, only to find out that half those builds I don't even touch. They stay on the shelf. Dandara said, bro, to be honest, City is the only reason I'm getting 24 because my life is boring with... My life is boring. I think he said, I think Don was giving a compliment and an insult at the same time, but I'll just read verbatim. He said, bro, to be honest, City is the only reason I'm getting 24 because my life is boring with the All City community. So he said, we're the only reason he's getting 24, but because of us, 24 is boring too. So I appreciate the compliment and the insult, Don. Really great version. And you need to work a little with servers and bugs and cheats. Yeah. I'm not pre-ordering until a week before. I think I'm gonna do the same thing, the realist. I think I'm gonna do the same thing for real. Don Drill Johnson. I'll say is 6'9" to 7'1" can make decent stretches. Do you think builds with limited will be limited? My 7-foot catch and shoot mid-range can get the rim and plays good defense. Can get to the rim and plays good defense. I'm trying to gather my thoughts for that comment, but Don Drill, builds, I think they're going to force more limitations on builds. I think that they're doing their very best to try to do away with these all like builds that could do everything, like what we got with 6'9s. And I don't think they're really taking into consideration how strong the 2K community is at finding these builds. Because this year was a year that I thought, man, 2K finally beat the community. Negative, Corchi. The community came out of pocket and said, yeah, we got the meta. This is the new meta. We started with taller metas. Those metas quickly evolved into the 6'1 metas. Maybe not quickly. It was a little process. Maybe I shouldn't have said the word quickly, because it was a little process before folks started to figure out the 6'1 was going to be the meta guard. I'm going to wait for the honeymoon phase of the game to be over and see how it looks. Most of the YouTubers are going to say it's the best 2K ever for the first couple of weeks. Yeah, it's like that. It's facts, Kobe. That's facts. Probably myself too, because every year I'm excited and I say the same thing too to myself. Maybe I may not relay that to you guys on YouTube, but to myself, I'm like, man, this is it. This is going to be the year. And then you already know 2K drops that patch. GG's, y'all. Thoughts on post scorers in 2K24? Big Heck said, I always wait till we get actual news about the game before pre-order. Yeah. Thoughts on post scorers? I have tough thoughts on post scorers, man. I think, you know, if I was to be honest with my thoughts on post scorers, I would say 2K got a lot of work that they need to get done. We've seen post scorers be amazing and unstoppable over the years. We've seen post scorers be completely trash over the years. As it stands right now, post scoring doesn't really have a presence. But then again, we're playing a game that pretty much eliminates the mid range for the most part for most players. We used to have a game where the half court set was much larger, where the mid range was an option. So post scoring was there. It's very different now. Trying to post score, it's just very different when they consider eliminating that mid-range option and you don't have that much space to work. You see, you go into a post score and attempt to back somebody down and then pull back for a fadeaway, and now you have the lockdown from the top of the perimeter, able to add a certain level of contest on that post move, on that post fade. And while they add that contest, they're still able to recover and get to the top of the perimeter and make a contest up there as well. So post scoring is limited. I think it's a mechanic that needs to be reworked with a lot of consideration and effort put into it. I don't want to see post scorers being OP. It's not fun. Allow us, if you're going to have a post scorer out there taking a fade, a shimmy fade, and the defender jumps to contest on the correct side of that shimmy fade, it should serve as a contest, not an automatic 2 points, regardless of the level of contest you give. That's what we see out there right now. But still, it doesn't seem to be a fun mechanic because folks don't even take advantage of that exploit. Ain't it crazy? The first patch changes everything. Big facts. It's always fun to figure out the game. All fun to the first big patch. Maidu said, tell me how soon there will be info on badges and other builds for 2K Lab when the game will be released a month later. Well, yeah, NBA 2K Lab, you guys got to keep in mind. So I imagine, I can't speak for 2K Lab, but I imagine what will happen is they'll match the current database. So they'll take some of the like jumpers and build information should come pretty easy for 2K Lab. But they still need to go through a bunch of like tests to figure out if the same information that they have for 2K23 can apply in regards to thresholds and ability, if that could apply for 2K24. So that'll be like within the first couple weeks that they'll figure out the differences between the two games. The closer the similarities between 23 and 24, the easier it is for 2K Labs to give you the information that you need. So keep that in mind. But they do have a hell of a database for jump shots, and they work hella like diligently to make sure they provide you guys with the information needed to get the right jump shot for you. So that's one, you know, let me keep it a buck with y'all. So many people have reached out to me to promote their service. 2K Lab is the only service that I consistently promote. And that's because of how one, I love doing business with them. They're trustworthy in business. They're trustworthy in the information that they provide. And they have a reputation for consistently doing this year in and year out and giving more than you could even expect. So I always vouch for folks like that. As many people has asked me to promote their business, offering me $2,500 up front. I'm like, negative, coachy. You're not messing it up. No, my brand is too much, like it's too important to me. I'm not going to do that for a quick buck and then, you know, take away some of the integrity that we've built here on this platform. No, I could go with somebody like 2K Lab and know that what they're giving is more than what most services offer. And you're never going to get finessed by 2K Lab. That ain't never going to happen. I can promise you that. The smart thing is consumers actually waiting a couple weeks. Yeah, ain't that some? Awareness is crazy. Awareness is crazy. And we're watching the trend happen where folks were quick. 2K23 damaged a lot of people in regards to how quickly they're able to go into their pocket and give 2K their money. Ricky said, I heard on Twitter there was a trailer supposed to debut this week. Don't know the date or if it's true. Highly doubtful. Maybe it is some light trailer, some teaser. It could possibly be. And as far as a gameplay trailer, that's like the week of, just so you know. They might show you that sweat engine. It might give you, you know, and then put more sweat just to troll y'all. Hey, you got it, might do no problem. Just don't bring pie charts for PS5. Yeah. What don't people like about this builder? And another thing, like I said in yesterday's stream, there seems to be a misconception that what we get in the builder is like the actual builder and putting the attributes on. I think, and I try to choose my words wisely with this next statement, because we know the builder is important, and I like this year's builder, but 2K could easily take away and give to the builder in the sense that, you know, these thresholds or what builds are capable of when they get out on the court. So what we're seeing in the builder with limitations or advances in regards to attributes, one attribute may prove to be more useful than another. And that all has to do with the sliders that 2K has incorporated into the game on the back end. So hear me when I say that no matter what you see in what the builder gives you, we don't know how 2K is going to approach those sliders. And that's where everything is. And that's how 2K finesses us a lot of the times, because one adjustment of a slider, like lowering your steals, could make 2K millions upon millions of dollars. You understand that? Lower steals. Everybody who made a lockdown when steals were OP are now seeking out a new build because the 99 attribute ain't as relevant as it was when they created the build. So 2K could easily change that stuff right before our eyes, and that's what we, that's what we live with. I do gotta say, I wanna put this out there because in 2K23, I was preaching a narrative, at least in my feelings. I was preaching a narrative that we got finessed. But upon doing this research, I came to a realization that Mike Wang was actually telling us everything we needed to know and what we were finna see for 2K23. A lot of people just weren't paying attention, including myself. So when I did this review of his old tweets, I began to see, oh, that's what we have in the game right now. He said that in September, way back when. Oh, that too? Word? He said that this was what it was going to be. And that's what we got right now. So I think Mike Wang is doing his, in my opinion, and I didn't have this, I didn't feel this way but I got to keep it a buck. You got to keep it a bean. I didn't feel this way until I saw these old tweets and matched it up with my experience playing 2K23 throughout the year. Which you guys I'm going to share all of this with y'all in videos throughout this whole week until we get some more information about 2K24. I'm going to be sharing everything I'm saying with y'all and all these different tweets. We're going to have different videos throughout the week talking about it, and then we'll go live again and talk some more about it. Last year, we received the gameplay Corsair report with a few vids on A2. There you go. That's Heck. That's All City Big Heck just put. Last year, we received the gameplay Corsair report with a few vids on August 2nd. And that's what I anticipate us seeing. And it was like little short vids showcasing like the body ups and certain animations. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Maidu said, I also wanted to ask you, what is the information about the version of the game 2K24 for PC? Well, you guys are getting current gen. PC players are getting current gen again. Well, old gen version of the game. Anti-cheat, what else can it be? Don't expect 2K to invest much in PC. It's a small portion of their market. I just say, I'll give my opinion. I don't expect 2K to invest much in PC. It's just like having 2K attempt to invest in Switch. It's almost like a novelty for them. They're just putting it out there, in my opinion, and I don't know if this is the reality, but in my opinion, they just put it out there for an opportunity to get more microtransactions. But their main investment is in consoles. If you guys feel differently, please let me know in the comments and we'll talk about it. I don't like how, Ricky said, I don't like how I got high interior, but I can stop a regular contact dunk, but the dunk meter bails out the contest. And they hitting early or late timing. They do need to adjust the contact dunks. I don't like the contests in the paint. You know, homie goes up for a contact dunk. That means my attributes get dropped because he went up. They need to. So you go up for a contact dunk and the animation plays through, which is what I like, but they make the interior defender look weak during that contact. And the ball will miss. You'll see the ball just bounce off the rim. And I don't like how that looks. I prefer that we both go into a good, strong animation. Interior defender with super high attributes and badges to match gets a strong animation, just as strong as the finisher going up for that dunk meter. PC players on next gen, yeah, I cheat too much. Yeah. That's interesting because public opinion is he's a cap artist, and I get it. Heck said, you know, and that's what I was preaching as well. I was preaching, and I think by the end of this week, you guys are going to realize that, damn, Mike Wang was hitting everything on the head. He was actually letting you know what you were going to get. There's some contradictions to that. But even when, oftentimes what I've noticed is even when there were contradictions to what Mike Wang had to say and what we received, he was still saying, things like, well, that's in the works and we're going to see how it plays out. So he wasn't like confirming certain things. He did confirm things like he wanted to keep the gameplay as similar or as close to day one as possible. But that doesn't mean when he says that he's never going to touch gameplay. So he was cautious with the words he chose, But if you're anything like me, throughout the year playing 2K23, you're like, Mike Wang was capping. He's a liar. That's how I felt. Because the game changed in front of us. But when I look back now and I see all those tweets, I'm like, oh, the homie said it. He said that this was what it was. He said Slashers is going to have a good year. He told you that interior defense wasn't going to be the same when people get their badges and attributes up. He says it right there. You're looking at it. Let me move my mouse here. Look at what the PC players did to Call of Duty. Mayor, love the adrenaline bars, but I don't think a build with a 70 ball handle should have the same amount of bars as a build with a 90 ball handle. Well, I think you're putting too much weight into bars. If they have a 70 ball handle, they're not getting the same animations. They don't have like, they probably ideally didn't get quick first step in a particular way to a certain level. So a 70 ball handle or lower attributes, you're going to move slower solely based in your attributes alone. It's going to be different. I understand what you're attempting to get at, but I think the adrenaline bar, in my opinion, I think it's okay that we have the same amount of adrenaline bars because I know your attributes ain't going to allow you to perform the same way someone with super high attributes will be able to perform, like that quick first step on gold or Hall of Fame. Them boys are moving. Taking the opportunity to thank you for your help, Maidu, in-game, all of you and your community. I appreciate that, Maidu. Salute to you, man. Join the Discord if you need more help. Join the Discord, this same conversation we could be having offline later on in the evening when I go into our party chats. Is it confirmed that crossplay will be for my career? I haven't. No, yeah, it's confirmed, old man beginner. No restrictions on crossplay. Yeah, it's been confirmed. No restrictions on crossplay. I know a lot of people are saying that, and I can't offhand reference the exact post where I got it confirmed, but I'm almost certain that it was officially a 2K post that said no restrictions on crossplay, because folks were thinking like you, thinking there was going to be restrictions. I appreciate the blessings, my dude. Blessings to you and yours as well. I think Mike should make spin moves more. Like more efficient off the dribble. Yeah, like spin moves have, people been using the basic spin back for years now. I just did it right there in the background, which is dope. That wasn't cued. We didn't have that set up. The homie is not. Anyway, but yeah, that was dope that it just so happened, because that's probably like the only spin back in this hour-long video that you guys are seeing behind me. So, but yeah, I would like to see more spins. I've always loved doing spins on my drive. I don't like that in 2K23, oftentimes, even if you have the acrobat badge on, you're performing a spin to separate yourself from a defender, and it just randomly comes loose. There's no steal. Like the defender is not attempting to steal, but the body contact makes you lose the rock on a spin. I really don't like that. You got it, old man. Watch the gameplay be extra laggy. So a lot of people are concerned, and I hopefully this, I don't know what we're going to experience in regards to what crossplay is going to look like, considering server issues. But to help alleviate some of your concerns on the possibility that it may be laggy, you got to think that currently we have multiple servers serving the Xbox side and the PlayStation side. When they put everybody on one server, then all the servers that backed those two sides separately now have an opportunity to back the whole community now. So they're putting, everything comes together and putting everybody on one server. So there is a possibility that it may be even that we may receive better servers, like not new servers, better service from the servers. There's a possibility there because it's not going to be separated. As long as they keep the same amount of people like they have now, I think it's like 100 cap limit or something like that. Maybe they'll have more power because they're putting everybody together. I don't know. I think it's a possibility. Somebody brought that to my attention. I forget who it was, but I said, okay, yeah, that is a possibility. This move made, because that was always my first thought when they mentioned crossplay. 2K can't even handle what we got right now. How dare they even think about? But then somebody brought to my attention, well, if they consolidating, if they bringing the community together, then maybe that's possible they could consolidate servers or have the same amount of servers to power the whole community at once. Something to think of. 6'11" or taller with a 70 ball handle, you should get the same boost as a point guard with 90 because you basically a taller point guard with less dribble animations. And you know, taller point guards have they're more liable in certain areas, easier to strip. There's disadvantages to having less. Hopefully they remove dunk meters as well. I don't want them to remove it because I intend to get to using. I didn't really use it this year like that right there. Again, that wasn't queued up. I didn't queue none of that up. This is not a fixed live stream. It just so happens that these animations are playing out in the background when we talk about stuff. I want to get to using the dunk meter next year. I would like them to make adjustments on the dunk meter. That's what I want to see, if anything. Defense has been an afterthought in the last couple 2K. Say it again, Anthony. Say it again. See how many we got in here. Hold on, let's see where we're at in regards to subscribers, because we might be pulling up on that 80K. We are 30 subscribers away from 80,000 subscribers. If you're in the stream and you haven't subscribed, please consider helping us reach our goal for 80K. We are only 30 subscribers away. Truly appreciate y'all. It's super dope. This is crazy. This is just insane. What key heights should we look at each position? You know, it's a tough one, and I'm trying to avoid giving a solid answer on that because I wish I could tell you where 2K is headed. So what I take into consideration, and the reason why I say I can't give a solid answer on what to expect, is because these things have varied tremendously over the last few years in particular. And 2K23 was a year that I thought it was going to be the year of the tall point guards, and that was it. Tall point guards were reigning supreme in the beginning of the year. All you saw was tall point guards running a 5-out. But then whoever was the genius that thought of the 6-1, they brought that out and they made it happen. Where we thought it wasn't going to be able to happen, they made it happen. And that was due to the patch that 2K made to steals. So I wish I could say for sure, but experience says that we shouldn't really have a solid answer on that until we get to see gameplay and what the community is able to do with that gameplay. There's always going to be innovative thinkers, innovative players that are looking for new ways to find a new meta. And because of what we saw with the 6-1, that allowed room for the 6-3 to come into play. That allowed 6-3s to move very similar to 6-1s, and folks, it just goes on from there. My take on adrenaline bars is I like the idea that they're in the game. I think this is from, what is it? I'll just call you Use. I like that they're in the game. I like that they've, you know, I come from an era of watching pure playmakers dribble the clock away and shoot a half-court shot. That turning into play sharps, where sharpshooters couldn't really dribble or play defense. They allowed room for players to create a play sharp, and that lasted about a year or two. And then the play shot came into play, the playmaking shot creator. And I remember when we first got the playmaking shot creator, because shot creators themselves had a particular play style. They had their place in 2K. There were play sharps, and then there were shot creators. It's real separate in like how they approach the gameplay. The play styles were completely different. Then 2K introduced the play shot, and that changed everything. So we just don't know. We don't know what we finna see. I'm definitely gonna keep y'all posted though. We have a really good community of active players within our Discord. So I get, not only my experience I'm sharing with y'all, I'm sharing the experience of tons of players. So whenever we do find out, y'all be sure I'll relay that information right to y'all. When the win defense will ever be a meta. I gotta tell you, 2K took a huge stride forward in what they offered perimeter defense this year. A huge stride forward. So hopefully they could work within that. Like, yo, yeah, people like defense, man. People take pride in defense. It's not all about offense. They take pride in defense just like they take pride in offense. I'm a post player, a horrible dribbler. If you're not a pro at dribbling, your player's height should start at 6'6" minimum. That's fair, Jim Kelly. Yeah. AI said, I want that Joker Hakeem type post control. And 2K has never really nailed that, right? I think they've done as good as they can do, but 2K has, if you, that was the time when, that was my era of basketball. That's when I used to watch basketball consistently and root for my favorite basketball team, which was the Knicks at the time. But I've lost touch with watching it now. But during that era, you would think that 2K, I think they tried their best, but it just doesn't hit home like it should. It seems like post scoring is more of an exploit than it is about skill. Oftentimes, because of the way the contests affect or lack thereof, the shot your shot. There's a lack of contest there, so it seems more of exploitive than a post scorer being skilled like Hakeem. That it wasn't like Hakeem was a cheat code. So I would like to get that feel for post scorers. Same for shot creators. I would love for them to bring shot creators back and people start opening up that mid-range game again and there's options. I would love that. I appreciate that. Who was it that said that? Sub to the channel and Discord yesterday for Amigos. Ray, appreciate you. Salute to you for making that happen. Thank you. Thank you. Where are we at in regards to subscribers, man? We see what those subscribers are going. 29 subscribers left for 80,000, man. Go ahead and make that happen. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. The dunk meter is too OP, especially when you get dragged. Yo, so yeah, what's Don Bebo? So yesterday we had this team that we were spanking. We was just playing around with them the whole game, running laps around the court and everything, but they consistently attempted to body our center with a dunk meter dunk, and they were selling 90% of those dunks. They were just selling them. They didn't care, but they just kept driving in. So the last play, the very last play, I'm like at the foul line area and I'm trying to prevent the dude from even going into a takeoff animation. So I'm attempting to get a body up, but making sure I do not pass that foul line area. But sure enough, 2K still dragged me into a contact dunk animation and I ended up on the ground. It's just broken mechanics like that just can't happen. There was no opportunity for the man to take off. There was no momentum for him to actually go into this contact dunk animation. But of course, 2K dragged me into this animation that I'm actually playing on the side of. I have our center right directly in the paint, waiting on him to go into a contact dunk. And I just wanted to put a body on him so our center can make a better contest. It drugged me into the whole animation and didn't even give our center a contest. Sickening. Sickening. Post scorers only work on builds with no interior. It's too inconsistent to rely on against a decent defender. Yeah. And we've seen some post scorers go crazy, but like I said, it seems like more of an exploit than skill. Because you'll have these post scorers go into a shimmy. And if you're someone like me playing the 5, when you see the shimmy, I've been playing it for a lot of years, so I know all the shimmy moves for the most part. You have to be an elite post scorer to really get somebody with a lot of experience to jump out of place. So we see the shimmy happen, and we actually jump towards the correct side of the shimmy and pull up animation, post fade animation, and they still green it. That's an exploit. That's not skill, in my opinion. Otherwise, you would have definitely went into another shimmy option and shot from a different way or a different angle where you're not nearly as contested. So, you know, hopefully 2K fixes that stuff. Wagwan, Mars, wagwan. Been on vacay, so thanks for the continued content. You already know. Well, I'm happy to hear about the new gameplay animation. Do you have any concerns, as it is the first iteration of the? Oh, you're talking about Pro Play? Are you referring to Pro Play? I do have concerns. I'm not sure if there's concerns there, but I think 2K has a bank of animations that they can pull from. I think Pro Play is supposed to create this more immersive experience where you're gonna see a lot more animations. So I was looking into it, and I think FIFA 22 first incorporated something called Hypermotion, and it was in 22. They're gonna do Hypermotion V or Hypermotion 5 for 2K20 for 24 FIFA. But what I'm saying is, when I was reading that stuff, it said that Hypermotion engine or whatever it is allowed them to have 4,000 more animations. So I just read that today. So 4,000 more animations, that helps create a more of a realism and ties you to your favorite character, your favorite NBA player, I should say. So I know what this is supposed to bring is a bit more animations. How those animations play out, will there be more canned animations? Do you guys know what canned animations are? Y'all let me know. You know, I'm talking about those 3-second, 4-second animations that you have to wait to play out, and during that time, you have no control over your player. So he said, love doing jellies, too satisfying. Hooks were for sure broken. Yeah. What up, Hookah? Was good? Yeah, Pro Play. So if anything, I know what we're gonna get out of Pro Play is more animations. How effective those animations are is where the trouble is. And Rec Team sabotaging the game. The players should be able to vote him out. I like that idea, Jim Kelly. Yeah, they aren't going to scrap everything right away. They'll mix it into, yeah, facts, to see if it comes meta. That's facts. We need to be able to activate / control animations. And if you said that, that's Talking Sauce said that. If you said that to 2K, they say that's what you're doing. You're controlling animations. That's what 2K is. It's us controlling animations, and some years proved to be better than others, where you had more control than other years. This year felt clunky, but I think this year was just a baby step. I think it was a baby step in the right direction, though. Hopefully next year, hopefully in 2K24, they could kind of speed it up a bit, increase some fluidity. Maybe the Pro Play option, you know, those animations that you get currently that it seems clunky? Well, hopefully something like Pro Play could fill in the blanks there. That, you know, from that clunky space to where you're dribbling 1 second and taking off the next. Hopefully the Pro Play option could fill in that blank space and make it seem more fluid in your motion. And I don't see why that became a thing, in my opinion, because 2K was already fluid. You know, when you think back 2K20, it already had fluid, fast motion. Fast, especially fast compared to what we have right now. I'm not sure if that's on 2K's radar. We will be sure to find out as soon as Mike Wang comes out of hibernation, where I know the community is going to have a ton of questions to ask. You know what's crazy, Drug Free? You know what's crazy? In the beginning of the year, we were throwing alley-oops left and right, and they were successful the majority of the time. And then 2K, that was another aspect of 2K, that they lowered the sliders and completely changed the trajectory of the game. We had alley-oops going in consistently. We had a highly skilled point guard delivering those alley-oops. But as of right now, you could be on a fast break, you and your homie only, and throw that alley-oop and see if your homie won't look at you like you crazy and just look at the ball pass right by his face and go out of bounds. It's so crazy. I don't know how they did that. You could still get alley-oops, but it's not nearly as relevant as it was in the beginning of the year. Killer Kev said, what's your take on 92 and under bills grinding out badges? Should you be able to go in at midnight and still play other 92s? You know, 92 rec was a thing a while ago. 92 and under rec was a thing a while ago. But I haven't felt this presence this year. In fact, you know, as we play the game more and more with each passing day for 23, I began to feel like we want more competition. Like 92 and under rec is almost like if your mind state is thinking 92 and under rec, then ideally you're thinking, I just want to have easy games. What we come to find out is then those easy games, they become mind-numbingly boring. Sometimes you may not want to be on the super sweatiest court because you don't have the correct 5 lined up. But, you know, just a chill, good vibe type of game where both teams are putting in a good amount of effort. Not these 50 point bombs that we're beating teams by, or even, I think what the highest this year, I don't, somebody let me know if you recall the highest. I know it had to be like 80 point win or more that we've had this year. And that's unacceptable. 2K, like, give the man some mercy. Let him quit out, or let us vote him out or something. 80 point win is crazy. I just hope 2K does complete quality tests on pro play. You and me both. Bricky said, new gen rules. I don't like how if someone sat out of bounds, yeah, that was a bad thing too. I don't know what 2K was thinking with that. Of course, players are going to use that to troll. And if not, there needs to be an option for us to boot them. But you can't make the team get penalized for what some idiot is doing to try and troll your team. Of course, people are going to quit out and be bothered by one person having complete control over your team. I tap X and I might do a floater layup, a jump shot, a layup, a hop step, or a pump fake. Like, you just don't know. Facts. That's dope you brought that up. But that's facts, man, because we used to have control over the floaters and you felt that control when you were driving into the paint. If I miss any of your comments, please copy and paste them. But we used to have control over your finishing. And we was talking about this the other day when we had the hop step. You felt that control, the misdirection for the defender that's camped in the paint. You felt that control to hop and move him one way while you hop towards the right. You move him to the left and finish off right there. Or have that control for the dude who wants to camp in the paint to just throw up a floater and leave him sitting there looking like an idiot, and he'll jump just high enough to make it like look like a contest, but not high enough to get a block. And if he did get something like his hands on the ball to turn into a goaltend. But yeah, we used to have so much control over our finishing, and like you said, this year it doesn't feel the same. You just don't know if you're going to get a hop step. You don't know if you're going to get a pump fake. You're exactly right. I've experienced the same thing. Amanda, what's going on, Amanda? Appreciate you. Blessings to you and yours as well. Your opinion on do-it-all builds. I have mixed feelings on do-it-all builds because sometimes I like to have that build and like really have fun out there. If I don't have a do-it-all build, like say I bring my lockdown out there, we end up coming across teams where my lockdown, he don't have no ball handle. And I'm like, damn, if I just had ball handle on this build, I could have easily cooked up that defender. I like the idea of playing as a team, but when they took away the effectiveness of the lockdown build, effectiveness and compared to what it was in the beginning of the year, it was like, I don't want to limit myself on offense. So my favorite build this year was the 3-level scorer. Can shoot for this build that you're seeing right now. Can shoot from limitless range, could dribble, handle the rock, could play the 2, could play the 1, could finish really well. can't help it. It's just more fun for me, man. So do I want them to get rid of do it all builds? If I was speaking for the community and the future of 2K, I would say, yeah, it'll prove beneficial to lower the amount of do it all builds in the game. But the game that we have in front of us right now, I say, if they eliminated that now, then it won't be fun. That's how I feel. What up, Agent Q? James Williams, this year 2K really made me feel 2K, the devs and the owners really don't care about the game at all. A lot of these rewards in 23 I had in 22. So I have a perspective on that, James Williams, when we're talking about like caring about the game in regards to rewards. My legend runs, the times that I spent the most, absolute most time on 2K, those legend runs barely got any rewards. And I can't really say that because I hit for 2 million VC on the wheel. But I mean to say, in regards to rewards, like what you'll get from 2K, not a spin the wheel thing, just what you get from 2K and rewards for your grind, nothing. In fact, you have to pay for your mascot 300K, a mascot that you guys are receiving 2 seasons in a row for free. So when a lot of players tell me about, like, you know, they don't care because of the rewards, I'm like, well, homie, we played years without even getting a reward. You got an ugly Christmas sweater at Christmas, and that was it. Dead serious. They'll put up the Christmas tree, and you got an opportunity to go to the Christmas tree and claim a reward, and it'll dead seriously be an ugly Christmas sweater. So we come from that. When I see these rewards, I'm like, well, at least the homies are getting something free. We had to grind out to get those 10 additional badges to hit legend. 10 per category. So I understand that, you know, seasons and rewards aren't up to par, but it's harder for me to make an assessment because I come from the era where we played tremendous amounts of hours. We're getting no rewards. You weren't rewarded. In fact, you actually had to pay for your reward. And you didn't have to pay a little bit. You had to pay 300K for your reward. Like they said, we'll let you buy this from us. Even though you got 10,000 games played in the park, hours upon endless hours, we'll let you buy this mascot. Man, it was so crazy when we look back. So, and it's facts though, for these $100, these bills better be able to do it all. Yeah. And that's another thing you got to consider too, that we are paying money for these bills, $100. Wars have fell off dramatically. Are any confirmed release days for 2K gameplay info? Yeah, it looks like the first week. It's not absolutely confirmed, but I did some research today, last couple days on gameplay and what they've done in previous rollouts. And it looks like the first week of August. The first gameplay was released on August 3rd last year. So yeah, we could expect, you know, 2K is known for giving us the same rollout each year, something very similar. So you guys could expect to see that unless they throw us for a loop. 250K reward was so fun. I hit it once and I was amped. Yeah, in fact, they used to give us the bikes and stuff like that. I remember the lowrider bikes. Hey, Gaming with Ty, appreciate you being here for the first time. Salute to you, man. We just vibing out. We spent a good amount of time talking about gameplay. Again, this is going to be a series. Let me check out how many subscribers we have, because we are, last I checked, we were 29 subscribers away from reaching our 80,000 subscriber goal. I'm going to refresh this right now. And it looks like we are 27 subscribers away from hitting 80K. It looks like we'll hit that tomorrow. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It's super dope. Tomorrow it looks like it'll be the 80K live stream. I appreciate y'all again. Wishing you all safe and blessed rest of your day. I'm finna get on 2K. If you guys would like to join me, just type !Discord. If I missed any of your comments, please come back to tomorrow's stream and we'll see if we can readdress some of these comments here. Over this next week, we're going to be reviewing a bunch of Mike Wang's old tweets so we can compare what he said before the release and in the early days of 2K23. compare that with what we've seen in our experience playing 2K23 throughout the annual cycle. Like I said earlier, what I realized is that Mike Wang's words that he dropped in the beginning of the year seem to hold true to what we experienced by the end of the year. And if we could take that and apply that to some of the things we're going to see from him upon early release for 2K24, we'll know what to expect for the entire annual cycle, 2K24. So it's all about, if you never know where you've been, you're never going to know where you're headed. It's best to learn our history so that way we won't like be condemned to repeat it, and keep our like perspectives at bay. And we're going to help put all those perspectives. We're going to help ground those perspectives this entire week until we get some new information for 2K24, which should happen the first week of August. Again, wishing you all a safe and blessed rest of your day. I will catch you guys either on the next video, the next live stream, or within our Discord.